loves. So I'm gonna jump right into this style. Let me know what you think. So these are the items you'll need for doing your own tribal braids. As you can see here, I did separate my hair in advance. The hair I have is an ombre that I got from Amazon. And I, of course, am going to be using my own growth and moisturizing oil for my scalp, which can be purchased below from my website link. So guys, I'm going to start on stretched hair, of course, because it's so much easier to work with, especially when parting and things for braids. So y'all, I will say up front that this is more of a watch me video. I do have a few slowed down and close-up clips for you to see later on in the video. I was hoping for this to be more of a clear how-to type version, but it didn't really work out that way. I'm new to this, and so I'm still trying to figure out the best camera angles to show close-ups. Like, I don't know. It's so on and off for me, but I'm trying. So that being said, that's where the whole hear me talk about my trip comes in, and watch me do my braids. But anyways, we thankfully decided to just go to Florida this time around. And so we started our trip first off in Gainesville, Florida. And it was really cool. Like, we hung out and stayed the night with some friends out there. And I will say, like, my husband literally has friends all over the world just from traveling. And then because we travel so much together, we've made even more friends, like, which has always been a blessing. So we stayed with them. And, you know, meeting new friends for the first time that you haven't met before and then staying the night, like, there's always that question in the back of your mind, like, how is this gonna go? Like, are we gonna be cool? Are we gonna mesh? But y'all would have thought that we all knew each other, like, from day one, like the very beginning of all of us. Like, it was amazing. Like, we just sat up all night, like, all night long, just vibing. And so that was beyond special and very memorable, and it definitely set a good tone for the rest of the trip. So after leaving Gainesville, we went to Miami the next day, and for that first night we actually stayed in this cute little bed and breakfast, and it was owned by a young queen at that, y'all. Like, she was young, had to be like 25, 26, who knows, she might have been a little bit older, but you know, she looked good. She was young, I know that for sure. But it's called the Cooper Door B&B, so definitely check them out if you're ever in Miami, need a place to stay. Like, it was really dope. It was nice. It was like a homey hotel. So when I think of like bread and breakfast, I just know what I see on TV, which is like, you know, in a house. So it wasn't like that at all. It was more like a traditional hotel, but the vibe was completely different. The vibe was like homey. And so it wasn't, you know, your regular complimentary breakfast of sponge eggs and DIY waffles. Like, it was nothing like that. Like, she must have had a pro chef in the back. Like, that breakfast was so good. Like, that was probably the highlight. Like, yes, the B&B was dope. Like, it was nice, but that breakfast though, I was so upset that I couldn't even finish it. Like, I wanted to take it with me, but who about to reheat, you know, breakfast food, you know. But anyways, if y'all ever in the area, definitely check them out. They're also they're like 4 minutes from like the cruise ship. So if you're like porting out the next day or something, yeah, that'll be a real nice place to stay. While we were there, we also, like, for dinner that night, we went to a local seafood place, which was bomb as well. I cannot remember the name, which sucks because I would tell y'all. I can't remember the name of it, but it was real nice. You know, we ate on the pier and fed the birds, even though we weren't supposed to, but you know, others was doing it, so we did too. Y'all know how peer pressure works. But you know, like, even the staff was like feeding the birds. It was a whole sign that said like, don't feed the birds. But anyways, it was a really nice, you know, restaurant. We literally walked there from the B&B, so that's how close it is. I'm sure you'll find it if you ever go and stay there. So after that, you know, fast forward to the next day, we went to Wynwood Art District, which was really nice. My husband is an artist, like he does murals around the world and things. He's an artist, so this was like a must for him. Everywhere we go, like we're going to an art museum, we're going to see the graffiti art, like, which is always really nice. I always enjoy it, but that was really nice, and we didn't even get a chance to see all of it. But we did, you know, get dressed up cute, and we walked around and we explored the streets of Wynwood. It was so funny because it was a random group of photographers out there. It was like 5 of them. I forgot where they said they came from. They were definitely from up north. I think they were from Ohio, which I should remember if they were because I'm from Ohio, but it was definitely up north somewhere. But anyways, they stopped us and was just like, hey, can we take pictures of y'all like in front of this artwork? And you know, that was random, but we was just like, I mean, why not? Sure. So they took pictures, like all these pictures of us in front of the artwork. And then it's crazy because we found out later on, like they were kind of a big deal with the whole photography thing. Like they literally travel the world just to get dope pics. Like, so it was actually a privilege to be a part of their art. So real quick pause, like y'all see how nice these braids look though? Like I hadn't braided my own hair, especially like this small, in a long time. You know, unless it's like under crochet, that don't even count. But you know, doing small feed-ins, like I hadn't did this. Actually, I haven't done small feed-ins on myself at all. So this was actually the first time, but I was just so impressed. I was like, ooh, got my little girl look coming back. It was cute, but I was definitely tired. I had already started this super late. I don't remember what time, but I know it was late because Lauren was knocked out. So by the time I got to the back, you'll see like I started making my parts much bigger because I was getting lazy and I was tired. And I literally had decided on this style the night before we were leaving for our trip. So yes, I started super late and we were leaving the next day. So I was trying to get done so that I can go to bed. But anyways, I'll get back to the story. Okay, so the next few nights after we left here, we actually stayed at St. Regis in Bal Harbour. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that, but St. Regis is like, they have a few in different places, different areas. But this was my first time staying at one of them, and oh my gosh, it was so nice. This was actually a surprise for me, and it was absolutely breathtaking. Like, Lauren had planned this out and I didn't know at all where we were going. Mind you, there has been a few moments where he has, you know, just one. Let me not. He booked like a surprise hotel when we went to Puerto Rico, not realizing that it was a hostel. So just look up what a hostel is. Anyways, that's another story for another time. But this St. Regis, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. If you're ever in Miami, definitely. Really, if you're ever in Miami, just check out all these places that I'm dropping, like for real, for real. But anyways, you know, it's definitely, you know, a little pricey, so look it up. But if you're, you know, just wanting to, you know, spend some cake and do it all the way up for your loved one, or even just for a self-love trip, like, I definitely recommend it. It was beyond any expectation. And some days, I literally just slept outside on our balcony, like, let me do that in Atlanta. No, ma'am. But anyways, you know, I slept outside in the balcony. I would just let the sunrise wake me up. It was so nice. And it was just chill. You know, we do like action-packed vacations, but we also like some chill time within that. So this was like our chill time. And so there was like an upscale, like Italian restaurant across from the hotel, which if you know me, then You know, my favorite food is Italian. So Laurent had literally did it up because he thought of everything when he booked this spot. And we stayed there for a few days. So we literally, you know, we went to that Italian place twice because it was so good. And, you know, we just enjoyed our little expensive chill food and the little couples massages. Like, it was more so chill. So at this point, you know, a few things had actually started closing down because of the threat of Corona. So while we were here, eventually the beach that we were staying on at St. Regis, they had closed that down, and they had started closing down some of the activities. You know, this is when Corona was like real fresh and people started closing down. You know, they didn't know how severe it was gonna get. People were actually, you know, dying from this, unfortunately. So, you know, stuff started closing while we were there. And so we, thankfully, you know, we were just chilling anyways. We pretty much just enjoyed the room, which was very beautiful. I will say, like, Florida was definitely behind with the whole shutdowns. Like, Atlanta was quick on that. I mean, I don't know, premature or Florida was just late. Like, I'm not for sure since we were out of town, but you know, we were hearing that Atlanta had already started shutting down things. Everything in Florida was still open. Folks were still out. Like, we did not realize how severe. And clearly, you know, even on vacation, make sure you watch the news. That's what we should have did. But, you know, Atlanta was shutting down. Florida was still open like nothing. Like nothing. So, moving forward, after a few days at St. Regis, which, remember, check that out. We had left and we continued our trip. We actually went to a place called Nosberry Farms. Oh my gosh, like, just Google this. Google this place. We were literally all over Florida. But y'all, like, I'm dropping the main points, like the must-go-to places while we were there. Mind you, a lot of stuff was closed, so we didn't get to do as much as we wanted to, but we did get to do this. So with Nosberry Farms, you know, we were able to go strawberry and tomato picking. You know, it's something different, you know, like Laurent and I, we're spontaneous and we, you know, don't only do like just traditional things. We like to do different things, you know, so that was pretty cool. We practically had an entire photo shoot there because it was just so beautiful being in the fields. So yeah, strawberry and tomato picking. But the best part was their homemade desserts. Like, everything they do there, you know, I think they're Amish, and so everything is like homemade, like, and it was a family-owned business. In particular, you have to try the cinnamon rolls. The cinnamon rolls. Oh my gosh, they were so good, and they make them fresh every single day, and then they just sell out. Like, it was so packed. Like, well, by the time we got there, it was later, so it wasn't as packed, but they were completely sold out, so we missed out on them for that day, which sucked. So what we ended up doing, you know, we actually happened to drive an hour to kick it with some other friends, and it just so happened that they had some of those cinnamon rolls from when they had went, because they just go there every so often just to get a dozen for the house, like. So they had some, and the reheat value, y'all, is good, mind you. So we reheated our little cinnamon rolls and we ate them, and they were so good that we literally made a detour within our plans the next day just to go all the way back out there to the countryside. But bros, like, it was so good, and we did not go out there for one. Like, if we was gonna drive an hour and a half back over there, like, we legit got a dozen. We was being bad, but we wanted to take some back home. So we got a dozen of them fresh cinnamon rolls, and we got some milkshakes, because the milkshake's good too, y'all. They got cookies too. We did get some of them too. And so we got all of that, and then we ended up, you know, actually continuing our journey. So I'm trying to keep this story short because we almost done with this video. But anyways, you know, after we left Miami, we actually ended up meeting up with some more friends. Yeah, I guess we know quite a few people in Florida, apparently. So we met up with some other people. Well, actually, they don't live in Florida. They just so happen to be celebrating their own anniversary out in Tampa. So I think we were like 2.5 hours away, which for us, we'll do anything for our friends just to hang out, or we didn't mind. So you know, again, we like spontaneous things. So we literally, we drove out there to them so that we can hang out. They lovingly allowed us to hang out with them on their anniversary trip. And it was crazy, but it was all well worth it. Like, we were actually supposed to be headed back home by then, but we was like, hey, while we here, we might as well, we got the time, whatever. So when I tell you, things always happen for a reason. Like, we had such an awesome time with this couple. It was nice. And because things had started shutting down, it's not like we got to do like so much, but sometimes it's just cool just to kick it and vibe with people, like. And that's exactly what it was. Like, we already know this couple from back home in Atlanta. They're there with us. But I guess we had never kicked it to that degree, So we literally went out there just on the spot, got another hotel, and we stayed an extra 2 days just to hang out with them. And it was amazing. Like, they enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. And you would have thought that we were close, like close, have been close for years at this point, and we hadn't been. But, those type friendships are always keepers. Those are the ones, you definitely go hard for when you see that connection, So anyways, again, most things was closed by this time. So, we had to be creative. And the inner kid ended up coming out, at this point. And, we literally spent one of those days riding around downtown Tampa on scooters, just exploring. Like, to the point we was racing down parking decks. Mind you, it's 4 of us. And we all grown. Like, racing down parking decks on these scooters. Like, skipping rocks at the pier and just vibing. Like, it was amazing. Nothing short of a good time with friends. And then, to do that, to hang out with friends is one thing, but then to completely enjoy it, and it's all free, because nowadays everything costs, but we ain't spend nothing except for food, of course. So long story short, it was just full of long days and long nights with good company, like it was before, like, and mind you, these were all different friends, so it was amazing. So our final destination, we actually ended up going back down to Gainesville again with the friends that we met up with in the beginning, just to break up the drive to Atlanta. So we stayed another night with them, and the next day they had a few people over, less than 10, of course. At that point, that was the rule. And y'all, it was amazing because this couple in particular, they're actually from Puerto Rico, and that's where my husband met them when he lived in Puerto Rico. And so it was amazing because we were literally doing like salsa dance lessons. Like, of course, again, we had to be creative because ain't nothing open, so salsa dance lessons, all these games, just vibing with all these new people that we hadn't met, and it was absolutely amazing. So pause. So y'all see these close-ups that I was trying my best to get, but I didn't realize that my hands were in the way. Of course, LaRon was knocked out, so I didn't have any help. It was late. Like, I really thought that I was getting some good angles. Like, I rewatched this and I was like, are you serious? You can't even see like what I'm doing. Like, for anyone that really needs help on how to do it, I know that this was not the best on showing you how to do it, So I do realize that, and I'm going to definitely try and do better with that, making sure I figure out a different way. Like, I just need a camera hanging from my ceiling. Like, maybe that would be better. Like, maybe I need to look into that. But I don't know. Just let me know. So yeah, we literally just vibed with them up until the very last minute when we actually had to leave and say our goodbyes to head back to Atlanta. So y'all, you know, we got back to Atlanta, and literally the next day, Florida was on lockdown. Like, no one could leave. I was like, oh my goodness. And of course, you know, us getting back, that's when we really were able to see just how crazy things had gotten. You know, we went to the store, maxed up, of course. Went to the store, really saw the shelves and how crazy this whole tissue competition had gotten in Atlanta, and the stores was empty. Like, Walmart literally had a sign near the ground turkey saying one per specimen. I was like, if that ain't disrespectful, I don't know what is. But the fact that they even had to say that. But yeah, it was wild. That's when we really realized how wild it had gotten in Atlanta, because of course we didn't know. But yeah, you guys, so that was our trip. It was amazing despite the circumstances of the corona interfering. You know, we thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was definitely one of our best trips. Like, it was amazing. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little story time and enjoyed the video of me doing my own braids, of course. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please feel free to give me any advice that you guys have on the proper camera angles, because I know y'all saw what I was trying to do, but yeah, my hands was just like not letting me win. Like, it was just like, yeah, they don't need to see all of that. So that part sucked, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it anyway, because I thought it was still good video content to share, me doing my own tribal braids. Just let me know what you guys think. Please like, comment, and subscribe for me, and check out my other social media pages. Feel free to let me know suggestions and let me know what you think I can do better. All right, guys, until